Welcome to Family Gamer TV. I'm with Jenova Chen, Creative Director and President of that game company. And we met a couple of years ago at E3,
Yes.
I think just after Flower had been released. Is that right?
Yeah, and it's more than one E3, right? We also met while we were just shooting Journey.
Which was sort of a critical success. Was it commercially successful as well? I don't hear so much about that side of things.
It is still hard to know, but we've made the money back last year, and then this year we start to see royalty coming in. So, and it seems like the Journey sales is not really going away. I'm kind of curious to see what happens in the next quarter. Yeah.
And so those you did 3 games in a partnership with Sony, as I understand it, and that partnership's come to an end now, or what's sort of the next step?
So we've made 3 games, so we have completed the contract, and so from this point on, we are, so far we've raised venture capital money to sponsor our next project, because we wanted to own the IP and we wanted to be able to put it on any platform we want, we see fit. Yeah.
And there are other companies, aren't there, who've had a similar sort of contract or partnership with Sony, Giant Sparrow and The Unfinished Swan, their first game. Have you been tracking with them, and how do you think that compares?
With our deal with Sony, it's also like the guinea pig for them, and they figure out something there is working, so then they apply this to as a model to other indie studios, like Giant Sparrow. So yeah, I think they're also in a 3-game contract. They finished their first one, and then there's 2 more to go.
And as I understand it, Giant Sparrow is sort of embedded in another studio in terms of like where they're located.
Oh yes, we are the same thing. But when we work on Journey, everybody knows once this game is done, we're moving on, and so we can't be in Sony's studio if we want to talk to other publishers.
Yeah.
So that's why we have to move out. But I think the same thing will happen to Giant Sparrow when they're working on their 3rd game.
And it seems like with the end of that contract with Sony, there was some sort of staff changes at the studio. Was that difficult, and how is that happening?
It's basically some of the people were contractors in the studio. When we finish the game, we blow up a little bit. We hire contractors, and then once the game is done, they're moving on. So it's naturally they will be gone. And there are people who worked at TGC for a long time, and they wanted to change the course of their life. And when we finish the Journey deal, that's kind of like a nice place to wrap it up. And so several key employees left, like Kelly and Robin, and basically when we finished Journey, that's January 2012. We haven't quite figured out where the money is coming from for the next game, and we don't even know if Journey is going to make money. So we basically had to let go everybody. So nobody's hired officially, like only the founders who's left, and we're figuring out what happens. And so there are 4 key founders, and Kelly is one of the founders who left. The 3 other founders are continuing that game company, and once we get money, we hired a bunch of people back, and so right now we're actually like 14 people, and we're still growing right now.
So that's obviously moving into your next game. Are you at the stage where you can say anything about that?